Hello and welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to see how you can create an AI chatbot for WhatsApp, and it is going to completely change the way you interact with your audience. So if you're receiving messages on WhatsApp from your clients, customers or users, this AI chatbot is automatically going to process those messages, generate a reply and send the reply back to the user. And this AI chatbot is powered by OpenAI's Assistant API. And the best part is, it is a no-code solution, which means you are not going to write a single line of code while setting this AI chatbot. So without any further delay, let's begin and let's see how you can create this AI chatbot for WhatsApp. Now before we start with the process, let's understand that how this AI chatbot is actually going to work. So I'm going to send a simple WhatsApp message to this AI chatbot, and as we send this message, we will see within some time we are going to get a reply from this same AI chatbot, and it is answering the same question, the same thing which we have sent it earlier. Now to create this kind of AI chatbot, we are going to require three different things. First one is WhatsApp Cloud API. It is the official API platform of WhatsApp using which you can send or receive WhatsApp messages. Now, instead of WhatsApp Cloud API, you can use other official API providers like Interact, Vati, and others. Now, if you don't have a WhatsApp Cloud API account, or if you don't know what it is, how you can create or set up a WhatsApp Cloud API account, we have a dedicated video already live on the channel, and you will get that video in the I button as well. Now, second thing which we are going to require is OpenAI's Assistant API. So using our OpenAI account, we are going to create an AI assistant using the latest Assistant API. And we are going to train that AI assistant on our database, on our knowledge base. And we are going to give the instructions as per our requirement. In this way, this AI assistant is going to respond the same way which we want. It is going to give the responses answers on the knowledge basis which we are going to provide. So you can train this AI assistant on the basis of your product or your business or your requirement as well. And to connect both of these platforms, WhatsApp Cloud API and OpenAI's Assistant API, we are going to use our third platform, third software, that is Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration platform that allows you to connect your favorite apps and services. So we are going to use Pabbly Connect to connect WhatsApp Cloud API with OpenAI. So the complete flow of this automation, this AI chatbot will be like, first, we are going to connect our WhatsApp Cloud API account with Pabbly Connect, so that every time we receive a new message on WhatsApp, automatically that same message is received inside Pabbly Connect workflow as well. Then using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send that WhatsApp message as a prompt, as a question to the AI assistant which we have created in OpenAI. Then the OpenAI's Assistant API is going to completely process that message, that prompt, and give us a reply, an answer to that. And using Pabbly Connect once again, we are going to send that answer to WhatsApp Cloud API and send a WhatsApp message back to the same user within few minutes as well. Now let's start creating this AI chatbot for WhatsApp. Now to create this, the first thing which we have required was the WhatsApp Cloud API account. Now instead of WhatsApp Cloud API, you can use Interact, Vati or any other official API service of WhatsApp, and you have to connect that with Pabbly Connect. So if you want to know how you can set up your own WhatsApp Cloud API account, you can refer to the video on our channel. Now after creating your WhatsApp Cloud API account, the second thing which we required is the OpenAI's Assistant API. So we have to create an AI assistant using OpenAI's Assistant's API, and after creating that AI assistant, we have to basically provide it with the knowledge base of our choice for which we want this AI chatbot to be created. So let me show you how you can create your own OpenAI's Assistant API based AI bot. So here you can see we are on OpenAI's account. We have logged into our OpenAI account, and after logging in, here you can see from the left sidebar, you can see this option of assistants. Just go to this assistants option. Under assistants, you can see all the AI assistant which I have created over here can be seen. Now, if you want to create a new one, just click on this create button. And after clicking on create, we have to give this new AI assistant a name. So let's say I want to give this assistant a name as WhatsApp AI bot. Now after entering the name, it is asking us for the instructions, that we have to give this AI assistant some instruction that what do we want this AI assistant to do. So let's say I want this AI assistant to follow these instructions. You are a helpful chatbot and you are supposed to assist people with their queries related to Pabbly Connect and automation and answer them with all of your knowledge. You have to answer briefly and quickly, so summarize the content in 100 to 120 words. So this is the kind of instruction I want to give to my AI chatbot. Now, instead of this, if you want, you can just change these instructions. You can go into details, or you can give any instructions of your choice that you want this AI chatbot to do. After instructions, we have to select the AI model, the AI engine or AI model offered by OpenAI, that using which AI model we want this assistant to work. So right now, I will be selecting GPT-4 1106 preview, which is the latest AI model and currently the best one as well. After selecting the AI model of your choice, it is providing us some tools which we can use with our assistant API. Now, these tools are functions. So if you want to connect this AI bot, this assistant API AI bot which we are creating with some other platform using API to send or receive the data, in that case, you can use this functions option as well. You can write a complete function over here, and using which this AI chatbot will be communicating with some other platform, with some other application using APIs. But right now, we don't want to connect this bot with some other platform, so we are just not going to use this functions feature for now. The next thing it asks us is the code interpreter. So we have another tool of code interpreter using which you can basically write or process codes using this AI chatbot. But in this WhatsApp bot which we are creating, we don't want to interact with codes over here. So right now we are not enabling this option. But if you're creating an AI chatbot for WhatsApp using which you want to read or create or process the codes as well, make sure you turn on this code interpreter tool as on. The last tool which we have is the retrieval, and this is the most important one, and we are going to turn this tool as on. The retrieval feature enables the assistant with knowledge from files that you or your users upload. Once a file is uploaded, the assistant automatically decides when to retrieve content based on users' request. So if you are uploading some files for this AI assistant, in that case, we have to ensure that we select this retrieval option over here. Using this particular tool, using this particular feature, this AI bot can automatically refer that when it is supposed to get some information from the file, from the knowledge base which we have offered. So we have basically enabled this option as well. Then it is asking us for the file. And here under file section, we have to upload the file which we have created. It can be a document file, a Word file, a text file, a PDF, anything like that. You just have to create a single file, a single document, and then after that, this AI bot will refer to that particular document to answer the user's question. So here what we are going to do, we will just click on this add button and we are going to upload a file over here. And it is done. Just now I have uploaded a file named as Pabbly Connect Talk. In this particular PDF, I have entered all the information related to Pabbly Connect so that this particular AI assistant can refer to this file and answer users' query related to Pabbly Connect and automation as well. After uploading the file, just click on save and we are done. We have successfully created an AI assistant using OpenAI's Assistant API. Now, after creating this AI assistant, what we are going to do, we are going to test this assistant once. We will just click on these three dots in front of it and go to this test in playground section. Just click on it. After that, here you can see we are here on the OpenAI's playground. Here we have selected the same AI assistant which we have created. Here you can see all the settings, all the instructions which we have offered, and you can see a thread over here. So every time we start a conversation with this AI assistant, it is basically under a single thread. So we can basically refer to the previous messages which we have sent to this AI bot as well. Now what we are going to do, we are going to ask this AI assistant a simple question. Let's say I want to ask as, what is Pabbly Connect? So this is the question which I am entering. Basically what we are going to do, we are sending a message to this AI assistant, that is, what is Pabbly Connect? So here in this particular thread, I have entered a message, I have created this message. After creating this message, what we have to do, we have to basically add this message to this thread and we have to run this message as well. So we have to basically tell this AI assistant that we have to process this message which we are sending. So just click on this add and run button, and as we click on add and run, this message is sent by the user to our assistant API, and because we have selected add and run, that's why you will see this particular message will be processed by this assistant API as well. So this AI assistant is processing our message. Here you can see it is showing us it is processing over here. And after processing this message, we are going to get some response. And here it is. The response says, Pabbly Connect is an online automation tool that allows users to connect their various web applications and services to automate workflows and tasks. So this is the complete answer this AI assistant has given us for this particular question. This means you can see we have successfully created this AI assistant using OpenAI. Now after this, in our final step, we are going to use Pabbly Connect to connect this AI assistant with WhatsApp Cloud API so that we can receive the message using WhatsApp Cloud API. We can send the message to this AI assistant. Then we are going to add and run this message, get the response from this assistant and send it back to the user who sent us the WhatsApp message. Now let's get started with Pabbly Connect. And we are going to learn how we can use Pabbly Connect to connect WhatsApp Cloud API and OpenAI's Assistant API to create this WhatsApp AI chatbot. So we came to our browser and we have visited pabbly.com. This is the official website of Pabbly. After coming to pabbly.com, just go to Products and click on Pabbly Connect. After clicking on Pabbly Connect, here you can see the Pabbly Connect's landing page is open in front of us. Now here you can see two different options. First one is sign up free and second one is sign in. Now, if you are a new user to Pabbly, just click on this sign up free button and you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have a Pabbly account, in that case, just click on sign in. So I will just sign in to my Pabbly account and after signing in, we will come to this all apps page. Now here you just have to click on this access now button below Pabbly Connect and it will take us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. After coming to this dashboard, just click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. So what we are going to do, we are going to create an automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect. And in this automation workflow, we are going to connect WhatsApp Cloud API, OpenAI's Assistant API, and Google Sheet. And we are going to create a complete automation in such a way that whenever we receive a new WhatsApp message, we are going to send that message to OpenAI's Assistant API. And using that, we are going to generate a response from the AI assistant which we have created. And we are going to send the reply, the message sent by the assistant back to the same user on WhatsApp too. So this is the complete use case which we are going to create as an automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect. So here in a workflow name, we are going to give any name of your choice. Let's say I want to name it as WhatsApp AI Chatbot. And then just click on create. Now when we click on create, here you can see a workflow is open in front of us. And in this workflow, we can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So here we will start with our trigger window. And in this trigger step, what we are going to do, we are going to connect our first application, that is WhatsApp Cloud API. And we are going to set up the trigger in such a way that whenever we receive a new WhatsApp message from a user, automatically that particular message will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow is going to get triggered. It is going to get started. Now for that, we have to choose WhatsApp Cloud API in the trigger step. Just select WhatsApp Cloud API and then in trigger event from the drop down, select message notification as the trigger event. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we have to copy this webhook URL from here and we have to add this webhook URL in our WhatsApp Cloud API account. Now you must be thinking how you can add this webhook URL in your Cloud API account. So here in the help text, you can see there is a hyperlink. Just click on it and it will take you to a page on our forum. Now at this page, you will see a step-by-step guide, a complete guide related to WhatsApp Cloud API. That how you can create your WhatsApp Cloud API account, how you can generate a permanent token, and how you can add this webhook URL to receive the new messages. So we will just scroll down and here you can see the step-by-step instructions that how you can add the webhook URL in your WhatsApp Cloud API account. And we are going to follow these same instructions as well. Now to add this webhook URL in your WhatsApp Cloud API account so that you can receive the WhatsApp message in your Pabbly Connect workflow, what we have to do, we will just copy this webhook URL from here and then we will go to our WhatsApp Cloud API account. So to set up your WhatsApp Cloud API account, you have to create an app inside Facebook or Meta's developer platform. And after creating the app and setting up the platform, you will reach to this app dashboard. On this app dashboard, from the left sidebar, go to webhooks. After coming to the webbook section, here on the right side, you can see this users option. Just click on this drop down and select WhatsApp business account over here. And then click on subscribe to this project. After clicking on subscribe to this project, here it is asking us callback URL and verify token. Now here in callback URL, we have to paste the exact same webbook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. And to get the verify token, you will refer to the documentation which is given in the help text. So on this page on our forum, you will get this verify token as Pabbly_FB_webbook_token. Just copy this verify token from here and then paste it over here. And click on verify and save. And as we click on verify and save, we will see this webbook URL is now added in our WhatsApp Cloud API account. After adding the webbook URL, we will just scroll down and here you can see the different events for which we can get the response, we can get the details. Out of all of this, there's an event named as messages. So we will come to messages and we will click on this subscribe button in front of it. And as we click on subscribe, this particular event is selected. This means whenever we are going to receive a new message on our WhatsApp Cloud API account, automatically that particular message will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. Now after doing this, we are going to send a test message, a dummy message on our WhatsApp Cloud API number. So what we are going to do, we will just go to our WhatsApp account and we are going to send a test message over here. So I'm sending a message as what is a workflow? And we will send the message. Now as this message is sent, we will see instantly within few seconds, we will receive the same message in our Pabbly Connect workflow. And yes, here you can see that in this trigger step, we have received some response. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same message. Here you can see our WhatsApp number, our WhatsApp Cloud API number. We will scroll down. We will see the type of message, which is a text message. Then here you can see the text body. And under text body, you will see the exact same message sent by the user. Then we will scroll down further and here you can see the details of the sender. Here we have the mobile number of the sender and also the name of the sender, that who sent this WhatsApp message to us. So in this way, you can connect WhatsApp Cloud API in your Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. Now moving forward, instead of creating the whole automation workflow, I have already created this complete automation workflow in my Pabbly Connect account. And you will get the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that clone link, you can actually clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. And what you have to do, you just have to clone the workflow and update the account connections as well. You just have to add the webbook URL into your Cloud API account. You just have to enter the credentials, the API key of your OpenAI account, and you have to connect your Google Sheets account. And you are good to go. You can use this ready-to-use automation template in your Pabbly Connect account and create your WhatsApp AI bot as well. Now let's have a look on the automation workflow which we have created inside Pabbly Connect. So as you can see, this is the automation workflow where I have selected WhatsApp Cloud API as my trigger application. I have connected my WhatsApp Cloud API account with the webbook URL so that every time a user sends me a message, the same message is received inside Pabbly Connect workflow as well. After WhatsApp Cloud API, I have added a step of filter. So using this connection, using this webbook URL, WhatsApp Cloud API not only sends us the message, but it actually sends the delivery status of the messages which we are sending from WhatsApp Cloud API. Let's say I have sent a WhatsApp message to some user or replied to a user, then it is going to WhatsApp Cloud API is going to send us the delivery status like sent, delivered or read as well in the webbook response. But we don't want to process those webbook responses in this automation. That's why we have added a filter in this automation workflow in such a way that only the message sent by the user containing some text will be processed or will be continued in this automation workflow. After filter step, the next step which I have added is of Google Sheets. Now here, while creating the AI assistant, we saw that we had a thread over here. Now for each and every user who is sending us a WhatsApp message, we want to assign or we wanted to create a unique thread for each and every mobile number, each and every user. And to make this happen, we have created basically this Google Sheet. Now in this Google Sheet, whenever a user is going to send me a message, this automation workflow is going to search for that user's mobile number in this Google Sheet. And if we have the mobile number of the user in this Google Sheet, in that case, with the same mobile number, we will be having the user's name and the thread ID. And for the same thread, we are going to send the message to our assistant API. So for each user, we are going to create a thread. So if the user is sending us a message for the first time on our WhatsApp number, in that case, in this automation, using this step of Google Sheet of lookup spreadsheet row, it is not going to find that user's mobile number in this Google Sheet. So what it is going to happen, it is going to create a new thread and actually process the response. It is going to create a new thread, and then after that, it is going to send the message to the assistant bot, AI assistant bot, then it is going to get the reply and send the reply to the user. And at last, it is going to enter the details of that new user in this Google Sheet. And if in case it is going to find if an old user who has already had a conversation with this AI bot on WhatsApp, if that particular user is going to send us a message, in that case, we are going to search for the mobile number of the user in this Google Sheet. We will get the thread ID and we are going to send a new message to the same thread of the assistant AI bot as well. So that is why we are adding this Google Sheet step. After Google Sheets, we have this router feature of Pabbly Connect. We have used router model because we were having two different routes, two different branches in this automation workflow. The first route, the first branch is if the user is a new user. If the user is sending the message for the very first time, in that case, the automation will be continued using this route of new chat. And using this particular route, what is going to happen? First, we are going to create a thread over here. So because it's a first time user, they don't have an existing thread in our AI bot, assistant API bot. That's why we are going to create a thread over here. And after creating the thread, in the next step, we are going to send the message. But before that, here you will notice we have added this filter condition that on fulfilling of which condition we want the automation to be continued using this route. So we have added the filter condition in such a way that while searching for the user in the Google Sheet step, if we does not find the user details, if we search for the user's mobile number and if we don't get any response, if we get the blank response or the response is empty, in that case, the automation will be continued using this route of new chat. That's why we have added a filter condition that if the row value received from this Google Sheet is empty, in that case, the automation workflow will be continued using this route. And after that, we are going to first create a thread. For that, we have used the action step of OpenAI. So here in this action step, we have selected the action application as OpenAI and selected the action event as create thread. Because this is the first time user, that's why we are going to create a thread for this user. And after connecting our OpenAI account using the API key and clicking on save and send test request, here you can see a new thread is created. After creating the thread for this new user, what we are going to do, we are going to create a message. So after creating this thread, what we have to do, we have to enter the message over here. That's why in the next step, we have used the same action application OpenAI, and this time the action event is create message because we are going to create a message, add a message over there. So after selecting this create message action event and connecting our OpenAI account, we have basically mapped the thread ID. So in the previous step, we have created this thread and we have used the process of mapping to add this same thread ID over here in this action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down, you will see a list of all the responses received from the previous step. So out of all of these responses, select the response of thread ID from the previous step and it will be mapped over here. After mapping the thread ID, it is asking us for the role. So we have selected the role as user. Then it is asking us for the content, the message. And here in the content section, we are going to map the same content, the same response received from the WhatsApp Cloud API trigger step. The same message received from the user will be mapped in the content step. And as you know, the process of mapping stays the same. Just click on this field and here from the drop down, from WhatsApp Cloud API action step, select the response of message over here, this text body, and map it. In this way, whatever message the user is going to send us on WhatsApp, with the same message, we are going to create a thread or send the same message to our assistant API bot as well. Then if you want, you can upload a file as well. But right now, we are not receiving any kind of file. So that's why we have just ignored this field of file ID. After mapping it, just click on save and send test request. And you will see this particular message will be created in this particular thread for the new thread which we have created. Now, after creating the message, what we have to do in the next step over here, we have to add and run this message as well. We just don't want to create a message, add a message. We want to run the message. We want to this AI bot or this AI assistant to process this message as well. So that is why what we are going to do in the next step, once again, we are going to choose OpenAI as the action application and the action event this time will be create run. So using this create run action event, what is going to happen? We are going to process the same message which we have added in the previous step. So basically we told this AI assistant that we want to process the same message which we have created just now. So we have mapped the thread ID from the previous step, like after creating the message in this thread, we have received the response of thread ID. We have mapped the same response of thread ID in this create run action step. We have selected the AI assistant which we have created. We have selected the model. If you want, we have provided the instructions to the AI assistant over here. But if you want, you can enter the instructions over here as well. And once again, we clicked on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see the AI assistant is now processing this message and generating some reply. And it may take up to a minute or two for generating the reply, writing the response for the question or the message which the user has asked. So what we are going to do, we are just going to add a delay. Let's say I'm going to add a delay of 2 minutes in this automation workflow. Like after creating or sending the message, after creating the run for the message, we are going to wait for a couple of minutes. We are going to wait for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, what is going to happen? After adding a delay of 2 minutes, we are going to use this list message action step of OpenAI. Using this list message action step, we are going to just once again map the thread ID. And after mapping the thread ID, we are going to get the response over here written by our AI assistant. After getting the response given by AI assistant, we are going to send the same response as a message. So here we have added the action application. We have selected the action application as WhatsApp Cloud API. Once again, we have connected our WhatsApp Cloud API account. You can refer to the existing video which we have already on the channel to know how you can connect WhatsApp Cloud API. We have selected send text message as the action event. After selecting the action event, here in recipient mobile number, we have mapped the same mobile number which we have received in the trigger step. So in the trigger step, we have the mobile number from which we have received the message. That's why we are going to send a message back to the same mobile number, to the same user. And then here in the message section, we have mapped the same response given by our AI assistant in the previous step. After entering the message, we are just going to click on save and send test request, and we have successfully created this step as well. At last, because we are creating a new thread over here, we are going to add the details of this new user, this new thread into the Google Sheet. So that's why we have added this Google Sheets action step, and we are going to basically add a new row of data. We have selected the sheet and mapped the details like mobile number, name, thread ID, and last message timestamp in this field, in this action step as well. In this way, whenever a new user is going to send us a message, after sending the message for the first time, we are going to record their details in this Google Sheet. So that when the next time the user is going to send us a message, we can refer to the same thread ID, and using the same thread, the user can have a conversation with our AI bot. Now this was the first route of this automation workflow. The second route was if the user is an old user, if the user already had a conversation with our AI bot. In that case, we are going to use this second route. And the difference between the new chat and the old chat route is only of one step, that is create thread. Using the old route, we are not going to use the create thread action step as we have already done it in the previous step. What is going to happen? We are basically going to directly use the create message action step. So we have added a filter condition over here. After adding the filter condition, that is not empty. So we have added a filter condition that this Google Sheet row value should not be empty. This means the user is an old user and we already have their details like thread ID, name, and mobile number into the Google Sheets. So after setting up the filter, we are going to directly create the message. Now, because we had the thread ID of this user in our Google Sheet, so from Google Sheet responses, we are going to directly map the response of thread ID in this field. So you can just click here. From the drop down, after searching for this user details in Google Sheet, we have this thread ID, just select this response and it will be mapped. And in the same old thread in which the user had a conversation with this AI assistant, in the same old thread, the user is going to have the new conversation as well. In this way, you are going to create a unique thread for a unique user. Then after that, we have selected the role, mapped the content, and clicked on save and send test request. And the rest of the steps stays the same. Basically, we have created a message. Now we are going to create a run for this message. We are going to ask our AI assistant to process this message. We have added a delay. We are going to list the message. And after listing the message, we are going to send the message reply back to the same user using this WhatsApp Cloud API step. And at last, we are going to update the details in our Google Sheet. So I just wanted to have a record of the timestamp of the date and time that when last message was sent to this user. That's why I have added this timestamp thing in the Google Sheet. And here you can see in the last step in the Google Sheet, we are updating this timestamp in the Google Sheet as well. But this is the optional step. If you want, you can just remove this step as well. So this was the complete workflow which we have created in our Pabbly Connect account, connecting WhatsApp Cloud API and OpenAI's Assistant API. Now using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new message, we are going to check for the user in Google Sheet. If it is a new user, we are going to create a thread, send the message, process the message, and send the reply back to the user. And if there is an old user, we are going to refer to the old thread which was created when they have approached or sent a message earlier. And in the same thread, we are going to create a message, process it, and send the reply back to the user. So this was the complete automation workflow which we have created inside Pabbly Connect, connecting WhatsApp Cloud API and OpenAI's Assistant API. And using this automation workflow, we have created an AI chatbot for WhatsApp. So I hope this video was helpful to you. You have a complete understanding that how you can create an AI chatbot inside Pabbly Connect with the help of OpenAI's Assistant API and WhatsApp Cloud API. If you need any help or if you need a step-by-step tutorial on creating this automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect, write us in the comment box below. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.